Welcome everyone, and this is an example of actually the CIT 145 class. One of the things is some of the students have been having difficulties running Eclipse, getting a compiler to work, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to get too far behind the main concept is trying to write C programming. So I don't want to put us behind. So what I'm doing is one of the students mentioned about using, actually a couple students mentioned about using Visual Studios. I'm fine with that. If you want to use Visual Studios, that's perfectly fine with me. Yeah, in addition to that, it shouldn't mess up anyone's source code. So I'll show you how to use Visual Studios, how to add Git to it, and add to your repository, as well as how to do an Eclipse. But in this session right here, I'm just going to show you how to start a basic project in Visual Studios. One thing I'll mention is there is a community version that's free, and it should have it installed. I'm running 2013, but I know some of the 2015 versions, the full versions, don't have C++ in it unless you add it. So just remember that. So let's just click a new project. Go new. One thing I will mention, if you do use the 2015, make sure you have at least a minimum of 8 gigabytes of memory on your computer. If you only have that or less, you're going to have some problems. It's going to be really slow. It's like my machine, I'm running 16 gigabytes, so it could keep up to its own. So what I do is I choose C++. I choose Win32 console application. I'll call it something, so I'll just call it CIT 145. So you pick a location. This right here would be considered like the workspace that you would use in Eclipse, but this is the location where your information is stored at in .NET. Your solution name, that's something different that we've not talked about. We don't have that in Java. So solution is a .sln. It's a high-level file that has all your files in it. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. All right, so now it's going to ask you, you're going to click Next. This part is pretty important here. Make sure you choose Empty Project, where things are not going to work, and choose Console Application and hit Finish. Windows application is if we're using C++, but we're going to trick this to use C instead. Hit Finish. Okay, it's taking some time here. All right, perfect. So now we have our CIT 145, we have our header files. So what we're going to do here is we're going to right click, and we're going to choose Add. We'll choose New Item. All right, so we have all these things here. What we're going to do is we're going to choose C++ file. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to call it something. I'll call it main, and we're going to call it .c instead of CPP. CPP is C++. Hit Add or return, whatever. All right, so now we have files here. Now we can actually try to type something in here and see if it works. Let's see, main. Now, as you notice, the code is exactly the same as if I was entering an Eclipse. We're just going to be something stupid here. We'll put testing Visual Studios out, and then we'll end it. All right, so we got that right there. Hit save. Right click and do build solution or build CIT 145. All right. So now it's been built down here. And now we're going to click local Windows debugger. Now it brought up the screen real quick, but we didn't really see anything happen. So what you could do is you could come down here and type in pause. And what should happen is it should stop it. Okay, what did I do wrong? All right, let's build it again. Maybe that's what happened. Alrighty. All right, so I'm gonna change that. I had pause, and that's not it. So you want to do system pause. Let's run it now. All right, so we're almost there. It worked. Testing Visual Studios out, and then we have press any key. So what we need to do is add a new line, I think. All right, so let's close this out. Let's do \n. Now let's run it. All right, there we go. Much better. Testing Visual Studios out. We add a new line. We do a system pause, which pauses the screen, so that way you can see what came up on the screen. And see, it's a little different than Eclipse. Eclipse already has it built into it. Unfortunately, they have it down. They open up this window here. Let me see. You know what? It pulls up that command window. Let me see something here. Let me run it. Immediate windows for debugging. What if I could start it from there? But in the meantime, this is kind of get you started. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.